DLC 2, Specter Night. I already played a little bit of this on stream, but let's go from the beginning once again. Just because it has been a little while since I have played the game. Slice and dice through the tragic prequel. And as always, we're going to go with A because, I don't know, I guess it's kind of a theme at this point in time, right? Yeah, Phase Lock. It lets you turn invincible for a short amount of time, restores your humanity. It can do a bunch of different things. Anyway, Ninja Gaiden. I mean, even the very beginning here, what with the looking at the tower and everything is very... Yeah, but, you know, it's got, like, wall running, and then there's this, I don't know, like, messenger style of, you know, hitting enemies here. Like a bounce off of them and stuff like that. Oh, yeah, right. Can only walk on the side of walls when it doesn't have grass. Grass is very slippery, as we all know. By a little while, you mean more than a month? Yeah, well, whatever. It took, like, what, 35 years or something for this to come out. That I feel like you're getting this in a very quick amount of time comparatively, right? Well, I mean, I suppose, like, the true messenger-style stuff doesn't really come up for a little bit. Also, jumping to be able to, you know, break blocks. Why not? Yeah, this thing right here. Which I never used very well when I played that game, but what do you want me to do? Go and play the DLC, I mean? Nah. Alright. And this time I might as well collect a bunch of the skulls. And even though, like, clearly the level design has been changed up a bit, you still have plenty of areas that are clearly reminiscent of the previous playthroughs. Also, new undead versions of the food, which is, come on now, which is fun too. Alright. Just, I don't know, hitting around a bunch of skulls. And since I don't immediately destroy the piles of treasure, once again, I'm not even... Not even gonna bother with that. Like, come on. I get like more than enough treasure throughout the entirety of these playthroughs, regardless, I want to say. There we go. And also, what do you got? Sure. I mean, once again, it's like, didn't get too many for the, what were they called? Cipher coins? But, you might as well do it now. What I really want to see more than anything else is, of course, Specter Knight's ability to fly. That was kind of like his thing, if I recall the previous playthrough. Well, the previous playthroughs. Recall fighting him in the previous playthroughs. Words are going to come difficult to me, clearly, today. Anyway. Doesn't really matter. All I hear is excuses to be lazy. Lazy, or, you know, come on. Come on. Come on what? You know what I'm talking about here. Took you 35 years to finish it? What do you mean? It took me 2 hours to finish the two. Yeah, it took me around, like, what, 2.5 hours or something to finish the previous playthrough, and then Shovel Knight, OG Shovel Knight was what, 3 hours? If I can finish this in an hour and a half, it's like we're making the, you know, personal best, making good progress here. I think I've been doing pretty good. All right. Although I'm pretty sure that I could probably just jump over to that. Whatever. Look, right. That was also the case in the original level, too. Well, you can really climb on top of very tiny... Oh. You can climb on top of very tiny walls, apparently, if you're trying. And then also special chests, too, on top of that. I mean, I like the whole, you know, temporary health that you're able to get from potions and everything, even though I ended up with more than enough potions by the end of it. Here, though, it's like, eh. Simple as that. Still, it's not as easy as just going and paying for it like before. Which was, of course, you know, pretty convenient, if nothing else. There you go. I'm hearing these excuses to be lazy. I'm getting the skulls! How much do people want from me? If you want this to be 4 100% playthroughs, you should have asked for that. That's what I'm saying. Really. Oh. This. Yeah. Well. Got it, though. And I do believe that those also are retained even through death, even though I'm already dead, but, you know, whatever. Retained through losing. So it is, I guess, you know, at least simple to get. You know, all I gotta do is just make sure that you get it at least once, and that's it, right? I think? I don't really know. At least I knew aiming for 100% was a bad idea. Ah, whatever. I think I'm doing just fine. I'm gonna go back to the other side. I'm gonna go back to the other side here, clearly. There we go. And yes, once again, for whatever reason, I decided that I'm getting the skulls. Not all the skulls, but I'm getting some of the skulls. And I'm finally, finally go do something. There's the amount of completion that I'm doing here. I don't know. Like, look, I think I am doing an excellent job thus far in playing Shovel Knight. I've been able to do this, you know. I've been able to go through it pretty quick so far, right? I don't. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, it does seem to me, at least thus far, that the various DLCs just kind of get. It seems like you get progressively more powerful as you're going through the DLCs. I feel like I've just been, like, if anything, although I don't have, you know, the ability to do like down stab, everything else is so much more powerful at this point. Here is first boss of this very toyetic turtle this time. I wonder what happened to the turtle. Still as much of a punk as ever. Like, seriously. That said, it's just like I shouldn't directly walk right into the turtle regardless. Yeah, it's like you don't have a down stab, but you pretty much have a down stab. You essentially more or less have a down stab. All right then. Okay, come on, you are dead. Just go down. I will literally just juggle you in the corner if that's what that takes. Anyway, this was the best of the games. I feel like I'm doing a good job. Well, I guess this is probably the one to choose to do all of the various skull collection, at least thus far. All right. Drunk sells when? I don't know. We could do it for here. No, we're not gonna do that. It's like Wednesday night, for God's sake. Why would you want that? There are a lot of like little cutscenes at the beginning of each one of these areas that you can't. That's just like continue until you press a button. All right. 4 boss cell grind for S tier. Yeah, I mean, that's grinding stuff. Yeah, that's about the point in time to do it, right? Your debut card? Well, what is a debut card? Well, anyway. All right, gather up the dudes. Also, oh, I wonder who takes the skulls. Yep. Got what, 6, 7? Now, one that just lets you regain health. Yeah. Feels like the obvious one to take immediately. And then, how many do I have left? 7? Is that enough to get, like, there was, like, the big attack. A big attack that seemed good. Anyway, give it to me. And you give me some valuable stuff for just a couple of these skulls, given the background that's going on here. Oh, okay. Right. I didn't really consider the entire thing is that you start with no health in here. That's the joke. Anyway, wait, what does this button do? There you go. I'm trying to remember what the actual controls are here. No, I really thought I could make it. Whatever. Oh, your Scythe is disabled. Okay. I was wondering if that was like some sort of secret parry or something that I was discovering. I didn't really realize it. That would have been cool, I'm just saying. Oh, wait, yeah. Anyway. I need 8. But I also do have a boomerang blade, which you know, given the style of what's been happening is probably just, you know, Castlevania. Yeah. Still offer a new computer to you, but you'll never accept it. You're just gonna send me rat skulls. I know it. Okay. Simple. I mean, it's a projectile. It's a projectile that just goes forward, which is, you know, something that I did not get when I was playing as the Knight of Shovels. So there's that. Kind of like a nice straightforward way to hit enemies ain't too bad, right? I won't. Oh, that's what they all say. That's what everybody sends people's rat skull says. Anyway. Alright then. Also just... Oh, wait a second. Yeah, I could have just... Didn't even really consider it, but yeah, I could have just gotten an extra skull right there, eh? Whatever. We'll get it next time, right? You know what I'm talking about here. Ever miss any wisp chests? Huh. Okay, so you can't go back to levels after you beat them? Clockwork Tower, Exploratorium, Malici. Okay. Well. Yes. And now more. I mean, I got like plenty of gold, right? Keep going right for it. You can go back, but I guess this is less annoying. Fair enough. I'm the one that did this, but I'm also still surprised regardless. I get it. Poggers. And I remember this was the one. This was the one that I got last time because, you know. You know. That given that this is Shovel Knight. You know. Alright. Charge attack. I don't like charge attacks. Talked about that before. Plus your max well on both attacks or regenerate darkness until you fall back. I assume this seems like one that I probably could end up using as long as it's not using it at the end of the game or something. You know? Alright. Okay, and I do remember this dumb thing. Finally! Get the Sonic Adventure 2 sort of nonsense that I was hoping for. Anyway, can I have it instead? No! You can't have my rat skulls. They're mine. Anyway. I do wonder how often that's actually going to be coming up. He really is the coolest. It's true. I mean, you know, it's like until I meet Shovel Knight, and then it's like, Faker, you're the fake around here. Even though, I mean, it's not like Specter Knight is pretending to be Shovel Knight. mini games. Oh yeah, right. Like this. Mini games, though. I don't know. Yeah, didn't you know this was in the Tower of Fate the entire time? The Scythe grinding course? I just didn't explore around enough to be able to see it, right? Anyway. Pay you for a P.O. box so I can send it to you? No! There's no way! It's just gonna be the rat skull, I'm telling you. I wonder what these things are even supposed to be. Well, whatever. Yeah. Kind of miss having a double jump, though. But clearly, the wall running and, the messenger dart thing is better. Curios, you say? I mean, I'm still curious as to what I get here. It's like I got the money, even going through just the first area. Hey, and I got a cool Chivo, too. It was so... I get it. Alright. Oh, okay, so... Okay. It's that upgrade stuff. It doesn't give you new things. Merely an upgrade. And I still don't know what that does. Hello, cat. Alright, let's get on with this already. So what am I doing this time? Where are we going? What are we doing? Because I don't actually know. I mean... Like, obviously you have all the classic sort of bosses, and we also got this... it's got the original character Do Not Steal, who takes over, of course, for Specter Knight this time. See, that just says to me that you're going to send me rat skulls. I'm just saying, and that's super fitting for... I get like 10 skulls for each one of these. Oh, I also got all the ones in the plains. See, I'm good at video games. I know what I'm doing. Let's just go already. Oh, he wouldn't buy a PC. It's true. I would just get coffee and pizza. I could pronounce it pizza. Would that work? Is that enough? Oh, this time I can actually hit these things up again. They don't just get immediately destroyed by me bombing them. No. See? I can do it to you, too! Anyway. It's not just me who has to suffer that. Whatever, just go through... Oh, yeah. No, okay, never mind then. Yeah, alright. But hey, now we get a very Castlevania sort of area compared to previous playthroughs of this. And again, it's not just the same game. Hooray! Although I did enjoy playing as Plague Knight. A fun character. Sort of an easy mode version of the game, but still. I don't know. See? Confirmed. Yeah, well, fair enough. I mean, don't you want me to get pizza and also pizza? And the other thing I said, what was it? No, not that. You. Because, it seems like healing is going to be pretty easy in this one. Okay, come on. Cool. And it also dropped a bunch of health, too, for good, coffee, cheese, just coffee, Cheetos, kitchen... No, anyway. Alright, I already got that anyway. I could also go get some chicken, too. Okay, now. Honestly, I should just go damage boost my way through this, right? Oh my god, this is... Oh my god, this is so annoying. Anyway. It's a good thing that, yeah, healing just seems... I mean, okay, health has never really been too difficult in any one of these games thus far. Did I get the skull? I did. Okay. But still, it's like even here it just seems even easier. You know what? I hate these things. And I will do this instead. Because whatever, it seems like darkness is not particularly hard to come by or anything like that either. Why not? Now then. Uh-huh. Okay. Oh, darkness areas. In both the literal and figurative sense. Now, I do believe that right down here is actually where you do... Also new enemies. Right down here is actually where you do get, like, the thing in the first... In the Shovel Knight playthrough. The... what is it called? Phase lock-in. But I guess not here. I don't know, whatever. Once again, it's just like... You get... you just get darkness by attacking enemies. It seems pretty easy. I don't know. Now then. Should have offered to send pizza, coffee, Cheetos? Yeah, because just some coffee, Cheetos, and chicken. That's all I asked for. Some berries. Okay. Does take quite a few hits, but still. Also, there's like spectral platforms around here for some reason. Oh. No, I really expect it to be just jump right over the HUD. Because it kind of has been before, right? I don't know. Okay, you can't walk underneath these guys. I was sort of thinking you maybe... Whatever. Regardless, though, it's just like, you do... Oh. I mean, it's like, I wasn't going to make it, certainly. Okay. Well, there's that, then. Alright. Even better things to work on? Yeah, but... Would I actually work on them? Or would I just merely use the computer to be able to play more, 2D games from 1984 again? Because I would super do that. And it's like, is that really what you want? Or maybe I could use it to, I don't know, like, what are some of the games that my PC just straight up can't run? Doom Eternal? Y'all looking for like a little bit, y'all really excited about Doom Eternal? Maybe you are, I don't know. I hear a lot of good stuff about that game, but I'm bad at shooters. Which is, of course, why I'm not really in a... I hit the... Okay, so you actually do have a hitbox when you are dashing places. Weren't you born in 84? No! When did you get that idea? Actually, I'm curious. If I go up from here... No. Trying to use my the dust busters. No, dust force skills for doing some extra tricky platforming, but it's not really working. Definitely not born in 84. Since it's so tanky. And you too. Okay, I mean not really, but a little bit. Yeah, it seems like, it's pretty much just the bottomless pits that are going to be any sort of problem in this playthrough, right? Which, I mean, is normal, but still. Okay, I want to do that. There you go. That's what I needed to see. Anyway, this thing has 86. Why is it? Oh, what happened? I didn't even... Like, I was too incensed by looking at chat. Right, you still can't do that. Even though you should be able to, I'm just saying. Toyota 86? What do you... Anyway. Right, it really does not want you to go back down there again now, does it? Anyway. Top Gun era or RoboCop? I've never seen Top Gun or RoboCop. Didn't they make like a sequel or something to Top Gun? What's up with that? What a dumb movie to make a sequel. Man, these jumps are annoying. Well, thankfully they stopped with the whole like invisible and darkness gimmick after this point. So it's kind of only for this level after all. It's my favorite of the gimmicks. Anyway. No, I mean, is that or like instant death better, right? But the answer is that it usually leads to instant death, so what's the difference, right? Now then. For God's sake. Oh my God. Don't worry, the knockback, the extreme knockback that you experience all the time is still here. To make absolutely sure that your gameplay experience is the best possible. They still sell Corollas, you know. It's not like an 80s car only. Used to own a Malibu, by the way. I don't know what you're going to do with that information, but now you know it. For whatever that's worth. Okay, I did it. I got on the hardest platform in the entire game. Now, like I said, you do... Yeah, the skull just turns into a not red skull. Which, what's even the point? Oh, okay. So that's... I guess I fell in this pit before or something when I was getting incensed at chat for trying to guess my age poorly. I'm doing a bad job. I'm like, come on, chat. I would definitely tell you if you guessed it correctly. Definitely. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I remember this area now. So, what did I actually need to do here? Right. Or was it just like attack around and everything? Yes, it was. Thanks to the whole like very destructive feat that Specter Knight has. I mean, I know the feeling. I also have very destructive feet. It's true. Hate these things. Anyway. Alright. Any opinions on Clue, the movie? I really like Clue. It's super silly and goofy and stuff like that. People are always so obsessed with the ending of it, though. And I guess I get why, given that it's... given that the gimmickiness is, like, a big part of it. But at the same time, it's also just, like, a super... It's a good movie as well. Anyway, is that the answer you were expecting? I assume yes, absolutely. Oh, there's the chest. All right. Bro, those things come up way too fast. Okay, really. Will you just grab onto the... Just grab onto the thing after I do that. Okay, well, I guess you can't swing and then grab onto the platform. Wait, I keep forgetting. It's like you can actually climb onto this and then swing to the side, right? You can. Okay. Yeah, that's like a thing I was doing in Shovel Knight as well. For some reason, I thought that it's like, you couldn't swing when you're on the thing. Swing when you're on the thing. That's how it works. Anyway. Yeah, I don't even care. I got enough money as it is. Something I would never say in real life. Because I love money, as you all know. Anyway. Bro, come on. The one piece of fire that exists there, I am so disappointed in myself that it cannot be overstated. Now. Okay, that actually worked. I'll take it. Oh, man. Watch that poor VHS dozens of times. Of what? Alright, Doc, DM me if you're ever interested. I'm not gonna slide into your DMs to get rat skulls. Come on. Can you believe this guy? And he says, like, oh, it's definitely not gonna be rat skulls, like somebody that's about to send me rat skulls. Alright, anyway, what's this? I thought so. I can predict really basic stuff. Okay. And then, yeah, since you just get a billion will. Alright, I remember how this works. People trying to convince me that, like, oh, the level design is entirely different. It's different. It's not entirely different. Like, really? Oh. You're a fool if you think that there's not some very clear similarities between the original one. Alright. Watch that 4 VHS. No, I watched it on, like, cable TV or something. I don't remember when I actually saw the Clue movie. The Cluevie, if you will. But I did. I mean, I certainly did. I remember it. Yep. Don't worry, I'll hit it eventually. Okay. It's a good thing that once again I have this infinite pack of skulls to shove into my body. It's pretty cool. Been a sub for almost 3 years. You still can't trust me? I can't trust anybody. Okay, well, that doesn't go. That platform doesn't go as far over as I thought it would. Should I trust? Who's to say that you've earned that trust? When was the last time that you sent me something that wasn't rat skulls? Let me ask you that. Keeps me safe and alive. It's true, though. Tell me that I'm not currently living right now. Doc, you died 20 years ago. The boat accident was 10 years ago. You have to wake up. Wait, what? I didn't say that. Money? I've given you money? Fair enough. But what can you exchange money for? That's right. Rat skulls. Alright. Never actually fought this guy before. Well, I mean, I guess I did the first time that I played this on stream, but, you know, still. Hello, Upgrade. Welcome to... whatever this is. I don't know. Yeah. Well, you're not going to join the team. I already know this because this is a prequel and all that sort of stuff. Your Tunic Billy through has been my workout video for the last week. I feel like that's... what, you just got like the phone in front of you? That's how I do it. Alright, let's go. I remember your dumb gimmicks, sort of. Oh, okay, not that well, clearly. But, whatever, I gave it an attempt. Okay. Alright. Can really get a good amount... oh, okay. Likes to do that, though. But at the same time, you know, I do have the ability to heal a lot, and also I get, you know, more healing power just by... I also get more healing power, you know, hitting him, so, Once again, one of the original characters, do not steal. Lightning power. Come on. Come on, just do your shots and get up here. There. Enough of that! Yeah, 30 minutes on the treadmill, walking through it. Crosscode is still my favorite game I found from you. Crosscode is such a good game. I was even just referencing that in the last Death's Door video. I love that one. I'll have to check out Project Terra when that ends up coming out. Usually I have absolutely no loyalty, of course, to like any games at all, but at the same time, too, it's like, I don't trust anybody. You've got to break through my cold heart if you want to, and teach me to love again. Summon a skeleton to detonate? Okay. Let's do this, though. I'm pretty sure I did not get all of the skulls this time. Alright, the only loyalty you have is to money and dead cells. And dead cells could easily lose my loyalty if they do it right. I don't know how, but just try me, Motion Twin. I mean, especially, you know, given that they have gone on the record many a times as being like, hey, I don't really care what they do. Right, you also move forward using this too, which is silly. Okay. Who hurt you? Was it second guy? Yeah, probably. Man, I have like actual, you know, anxiety, whatnot. I actually used that to get out of jury duty on Monday. By the way, I haven't talked about that. I went to jury duty on Monday. And I told them that I had terrible anxiety, and they're like, get the fuck out of here. What a mortifying thing that entire thing was. Yeah, I know, right? Dude, nice. That's not very nice. It's like, oh yeah, you like somebody else in there. It's just like, oh yeah, my religion forbids me from doing this sort of thing. It's like, oh, I actually have gone through a similar sort of trial thing before. And then there's me like, oh, I'm too scared. Oh, I can't be a juror. Oh, at least I don't have to do it, because otherwise it would have been tomorrow that I would have to be in court. Oh my god. Woo. Anyway, resist interrupting it. Yeah. I lost my speaker because I didn't plug it in. Decide this person's fate. Yeah, but I mean, it's like, okay, I want to say right now, if you were on trial, would you want me saying, oh yeah, this dude should go to prison? And the answer is absolutely you would, because I would probably side with the defendant like 100% of the time, because I don't want to send anybody to prison. Look, it was an excuse, but it was a good excuse, right? Okay, I think I have. I think I need to give me 1 second to go to turn back on my speaker here. So that we can actually, yeah, I know you lost game audio because I lost my speaker here. So I'm just gonna go close that real quick. Well, I mean, there's your secret sauce for getting out of jury duty. Just tell people that you have serious social anxiety and that you get way too emotional when you hear about people's life story or anything like that. Oh my god. You get way too empathetic for people's lives. Oh my god. Which is also like super true. This is, I mean, yeah, it's like, hey, you get out of jury duty, but also like you don't want me on a jury. Maybe go from the outside. That'd be kind of fun. Cannibalism trial. No, I missed 2. Well, I at least got to see one of the original characters do not steal. It's like, seriously, I could not imagine. Like, oh, put this. Did you see Persona 5? Did you see the Persona 5 playthrough? Yeah, let's just go left to right, I guess. You see the Persona 5 playthrough? I feel like that should forever disqualify me for doing anything in the justice system aside from, you know, keeping records like I have done. That was a good hit there. All right. Ugh. I was wondering if I might still have game audio even if I lost the speaker there, but nope. Absolutely not. Ah, whatever. Eesh. Also, I think they do in fact ask you in they did in fact ask me in the trial if it's like, hey, do you have like concentration problems, because they can do stuff to accommodate for that. Yeah, that's dumb gimmick with that. I almost forgot how that worked. Then you also have the like Mario 1 style platforms here. Or I suppose these ones actually act a little bit closer to like the Mario World platforms. Yep. There you go. You can also get a gear as a weapon when you're a Shovel Knight, which I definitely did not do. So, you know. In 3 years I've been here, I haven't watched P5 playthrough. I've refused. You hate it so much. But then don't you want to find out why? Ugh. Not that one. Oh, but it also, I see how that extends your reach then. Donut Bridge 1 moment. I'm so used to seeing that in a billion different hacks. And especially like the whole thing where the platforms will destroy tiles that they interact with and stuff like that. It's like I don't even remember what it was like back in the original Super Mario World anymore. I've talked a lot about how much I love Super Mario World hacks, right? Of course I have. I have literally thousands of videos on the channel. I've talked about everything. I now just talked about being on jury duty, for God's sake. It's like, yeah, I've talked about that before. Everybody here probably knows my life better than, like, my own parents at this point in time. Consider that. Ugh. Anyway, it's 100% worth a watch. I mean, if you need something to listen to while on a treadmill, you probably couldn't do much worse than Persona 5. There was a one point in time that it just turned into the Space Jam cast, for God's sake. Tell me you're not interested in the Space Jam cast. I even did a theme song for it and everything. Although second guy did a terrible job of explaining what happened in the new Space Jam, given what I learned about it later on. Ugh. There we go. What do your parents think? It was pretty recent that my dad found out that I don't actually use Facecam. He's like, what, people not see you when you're doing streaming? And I'm like, no. Oh, I thought everybody did it like that. So, yeah. That is about as much as... And I think my mom has watched my Baba Is You series because she's just like, what do you actually do on there? And I'm like, oh, I can show you some. All right, here's this thing. Here we go. I'm sure she probably just watched about, 5 minutes of the first episode at that. So that's basically... No, I'm not like one of those streamers that has their parents actually watching what they do. Yeah. Great. And okay. All right. No, I don't think they're going to hear about my jury duty adventures. I'll watch a B5 playthrough if you accept my PC offer to you. That is a pretty big ask. Whereas, like, Persona 5 is a delight. Anybody should be honored to be able to watch the Persona 5 playthrough and be enlightened as to why I don't like that game. And perhaps why they shouldn't like that game. Anyway. I see what you're getting at here. That's a fun way to reuse that same basic like level design. And then there's this room, which didn't I die at it like 10 times? Oh, I should go get the skull. It's right there. I mean, it's not like it's a secret one or anything. There you go. Streamer mocks other streamers whose parents watch your content. Oh no, I would hate to have my parents take an interest in the things that I do. It'd be tragic. No, I love my parents. Don't take that as... They do not watch my content. Right? Ugh. Why did I do this? Why did I do this to myself? That was a bad idea. Alright, I tried. Alright. Now then. Also, I just noticed in the little, the lamps there that the fires are actually alive, which is kind of fun. Like, make reactions when you hit it. Offer stands you have to accept? No. You'll watch Persona 5 eventually. There'll be some point in time where I haven't uploaded anything for a while because I often don't. And then you're gonna see the Persona 5 playlist and you're gonna be like, oh, 117 episodes. That's a lot of episodes. That'd be a good... I mean, it's just like, my favorite VTubers or whatever haven't done like a stream in a couple days. I think I gotta watch it. Gotta watch this man who's definitely going to become a VTuber at some point in time, but still hasn't done it yet. Not yet, at least. I'll watch the entire... I'll just watch Crosscode forever. And let's like check out, I don't know, like Secrets of Grindia or something. That's also good too. Still waiting on the end of that game too. Soon enough. That game that actually did actively tell me, hey, Doom just came out. Maybe you should check that out while I'm working on the next update. I watched it. I don't know. Then go with Persona 5. How about that? Have you seen the Persona 5 series yet? Ah. Right. And hey, it's as good. It's an easier watch than 13 Sentinels. Man, that series was really just like, we ran out of steam so hard, but I like that. I think it made it better, if anything. Yeah. I'm actually totally okay, as it turns out. All right, well, I should probably heal at least a little bit here. You hate it so much I refuse to give you views. Yeah, you and everybody else. You think that series got views? Didn't even monetize it. That's how little liked it was. I'm just like, what's even the point, man? That was close. Yeah. Well, guess I didn't need to use that much darkness, but I already got back all my darkness, so who's the real fool here? It's you, the viewer, for watching this in the first place. Anyway. Yeah. There we go. And get +1 view for top shelf PC. It's the way you're selling this says a top shelf box of rat skulls. Okay, well, how do I get over here? By hitting this other one, right? Okay, there we go. Whee. And then what? We got like another one over here, I'm guessing. What? Oh, I missed the... Despite the fact that it's got the big red handle on there, I keep not seeing it. Which is silly. Like, seriously. It's not a very difficult sort of like thing to notice on screen there or anything like that, right? Slowly advancing. A very frightening, slowly advancing thing. Whatever. Pillar that will crush me. Because those things will crush you. I mean, I did find that out the last time that I was playing this. Anyway. And think about it like that. You might not have seen the other stream, but at the same time, you got to hear my jury duty stories. This is a good trade. It's like that dumb meme about like some sort of mobile game or whatever. Right, anyway. Yeah, just rats. Anyway, I lied to you. I've given you money and been here for years. Yeah, but isn't that like the perfect ruse to lie to me? Wow. All right then. I'm not gonna complain. Ah, your attempt to keep jumping on top of me is actually making you weaker. Now that I found an alcove to walk into. Hoo. Alright. Sick background. It's very Mega Man. I like it. Also, I do not believe it appeared before this point. Alright. A lot of auto scrolls in this. I guess it's because it's automatic. Like a machine. That makes sense, right? A dumb thing I just said. There we go. This is gonna be a frustrating experience, isn't it? Oh, okay, I see. Got it. Oh, I thought I could really recover that, but not quite. Ah, well. I mean, it's like, really? It was just like, my jumps can still work regardless. I'm not in an alcove right now. I'm trying to walk forward. Not that it really matters too much because it's just like, just gonna walk right through here. Okay, you know what? Now you'll die instead. Oh, it actually did. I think it did because I did just get darkness there for some reason. Oh, that's silly. Alright, anyway. Alright. Let's actually get on the platform this time. And since I already got the skull, that means I don't really need to worry about it. Nor do I really need to worry about money, to be honest. And frankly, I'm not going to. Only this thing could scroll a little bit faster. That's the only thing I ask for. Okay. I am not going to fall for this. I'm going to go hit that first, and then we're going to go get this. Alright. Not that it really makes too much of a difference. It's just looking like... Got the skull, though! Your viewer got neuron activation. I care not about your neurons. My content is intended to smooth your brain, not make it larger. Ah, beautiful. Flawless. No wrinkles or creases in any way. Oh, he's actually got like a different attack here. Sort of. I suppose I should probably just go in. No. Actually, slightly more difficult than normal. How about that? Can you believe it? Man, it's still gonna do the entire thing too on top of that. It's a good thing you can just kind of heal your way through pretty much everything in this game. Alright. Phase 1 isn't a joke. Yeah, I know, right? How often does that happen? Very infrequently. Alright. I see what you want me to do here. Die. Okay, and then it just lifts up occasionally. Lifts up, but also not quite enough. Well, at least I don't actually get hurt by like the tank treads. That's pretty cool. Oh, that would have actually been pretty convenient if I knew that it was about to do that. Ah. Now this is going to be a slightly more difficult version of this boss. Slightly. Oh, or not. Whatever. This is fine too. Right? Where am I? I am flying too high up in the air to be able to see myself. Alright. Oh my god. Once again, it's just like you put bottomless pits inside of your boss fight, and that's really the only thing that makes it difficult. Anyway. Come on. Keep trying, and I'm doing like a decent job, but not quite. Here we go. Of course. You perfectly timed there, I suppose. And we'll give him that. Alright then, come on. There. Anyway. This is the first one that actually like joins the crew. The entire DK crew. For some reason. Though I guess we're not really going to see that? Ah, whatever. Oh, come on. Okay, still have the ability to climb on walls, I'm noticing. Huh. Alright, well. This is once again slightly different, but also, come on. Got like 10 more enemies to go fight or whatever. Now, does it really matter if I end up doing this, to be honest? Especially considering I don't really think that this guy needs me to make this entire thing work, right? Oh. Oh, good enough. Yeah. I care not about money. I only care about money. I don't like this guy. Anyway. Come on. You can tell I'm not particularly interested in this section. Okay. Anyway, there we go. He's gaming. Yeah, sure am. God, come on. I hate this. Yeah, okay. Yeah, yes. All right, anyway. Yeah, hurry it up. Put the stupid locket away. All right, now then. What do I even have at this point in time that I can get? Skeletal, whatever. Creates a shield. Sure. Hey, I'm getting the skulls after all. It's like you might as well, you know, try and get the stuff. Because I don't really think there's anything else you can do with the skulls, right? Like, why would there be? Oh, it is literally like a Mega Man shield type of thing. Yep, including the throw. Well, all right. I mean, at the same time, though, too, I also already have something that shoots out just immediately in front of me. So I guess I can do it. All right then. Yeah, they can do this. Kind of like this one, but at the same time, it's like grind along surfaces and spikes. Grind along spikes is interesting, but now I'll just go with this one. This ugly green goblin nonsense. Alright, and then is there anything else that I'm gonna go get? Yeah, green goblin, exactly. He's got this sort of, he's got the purple and whatever sort of look, right? That's what I'm talking about. Anyway. And then, oh yeah, did I miss like the thing? Okay. And you know, no place to find a will-o-wisp. The will-o-the-wisp, I get it. Alright, send me into, I don't know. No. What am I doing now? Okay, alright, sure, let's go. Oh! I'm told the next one, the next DLC with this fine fellow himself is going to be terrible. So I am, well, the word definitely wouldn't be looking forward to it. What word would the word be? Dreading it. I mean, yeah, what can I say here, right? A lot of dialogue, right? It's very... Okay, so I guess if it has a standard on it, it can't jump. Also, why is King Knight even in here? He stole this castle. Look, I'm paying attention to the lore, even if it doesn't seem like it. There you go. Right. Well, I didn't actually die, so as far as I'm concerned, I basically won the video game entirely. All right, but yeah, it's supposed to be like very dialogue based, and as evidenced by the previous section, the previous cutscene, you know what I'm saying here. Okay, that's actually a new thing. All right, look at this guy. He's got no abilities. This is to say a skull with like a gradient over it. All right. Yeah. Okay. Because this is just of course, going to lead right to another skull, right? Why wouldn't it? All right. I thought so. I did that. Somehow I still almost slipped off the platform regardless. Anyway. Just do it. Just do it. And, I mean, whatever. I might as well take it. I'm already right here. Ah! This whole thing where it's like I keep trying to press against the wall to continuously move. Okay. I keep trying to press against the wall to continuously move in that direction, but it's like it does not work because, of course, is, something. That's cool. Wall climbing. Now, look, we're getting a little bit different with the usage of the book. Just to say, now it can make walls, too. Which I guess is something. Really much of something? I don't know, but it is something. Okay. Grind on spikes, once again, is silly, and I feel like it could be good, but it also could be, just kind of annoying to end up trying to use. I don't really know exactly how tight the timing is, right? Oh, wait, no, there was a skull there. I missed it. Oh, whatever. Well, run validated, everybody. Although I did just get a skull right there. Did your neurons once again activate? This is the only thing I care about in this series anymore. Skull-based neuron activation. Yes, of course you can... Oh. Well then. Okay, whatever. I don't even care. Now respawn it. Okay, I guess I gotta go off the screen. It's one of those screen-based platforms. So could you, probably jump up there or something to make this work? Yeah, whatever. Look, it doesn't really matter regardless. Just don't jump over the platform this time. The bottomless pits are deceptively unforgiving, it seems. I mean, given the amount of times that, it shows up in the game and everything like that, I suppose it's not that surprising. There we go. Alright, cool. Poggers. As always, I'm super glad to see that, it's still just impossible to walk up a wall. Anyway. I could have also probably used the chicken in there or whatever to heal as well, but, The true final boss of this DLC. Getting up this. Alright. Nothing. Hey, it's this room. Everybody remembers this room. So this time it's got a ball and chain in the middle of it. Right? You would think I don't recognize this level design. Let me try again. There you go. See? Still doing good. Alright then. I'm honestly surprised that even gave me a healing item. Felt like that was too easy. And now I'm just going to walk by this. Alright, anyway. There and there, and of course this leads directly to the chest. I was wondering where I was going to find this thing then. And yet at the same time, I still can't figure out how to fly. Why does that come up so much later? I still think that was, you know, like the Plague Knight had his entire like basic move set in the way it existed in the game. Specter Knight, I mean, yeah, I know it's a prequel and everything like that, but still. You know, it does make me think it's just like, oh, gee, I wonder how this whole quest is going to turn out to restore his humanity. Given that this is a prequel. But, you know. We're back in this round. Alright, then. Anything? No? Okay. Less. Yeah, alright. I'm gonna be like that, then, eh? Well, at least I got that basic thing. And you can also do the thing again where you hit out the helmet of that guy. Once again. For whatever it's worth, really. Oh. I see. Trying to be a little bit trickier than usual. But only slightly. Alright, no, this is the failure route. I see. Alright. Like that, but like that. I hate this wall running. Come on. I think that you need to be pretty much at like full health and everything to be able to use the ability to survive falling into pits with any sort of regularity. Because as of right now, I'm noticing that it does not really seem to be functioning as often as I would like it to be. Hey. Don't worry, magic book. I will keep you active forever. Well, I actually managed to not die there. I was fully expecting to, given, you know... Okay, well, yeah, don't worry, everybody. I did it just like that. Instead. And I feel accomplished, and like I did a good job and everything like that. And, you know, overall, I think that, yeah, this DLC should be very easy. My God, don't fall off the edge. Oh, right. There's no thing there now. We just say rat. Yo, y'all wouldn't have any more rats in there, would you? You would? Okay. I just need a couple more rats here, if you don't mind. I'm just sending the rats. Look, everybody hates those rats and everything, but they don't understand how easy it makes it so that I can effortlessly fly through the air just by hitting them. Like, I tell you, it's like nobody ever... Everybody sees them as a pest. Nobody ever thinks about, like, the sort of good stuff that it does for our society. The rats. Like, you know, how they celebrate birthday bashes and whatnot. Me, it's all I ever think about. Just pretty much, you know, the various uses for rats. There are so many. And yet that is not, again, an invitation for you to all send me rat skulls, even though that's clearly what you all want to do. Like, look, I've been around long enough. I know... Don't just get up. Alright, what is this terrible boss fight going to be like? Easy, I assume. So, again, did you just steal the castle again? After this point or something? I don't even know. You look all green and purple. It's ugly. Hideous, even. How long ago did this happen, by the way? Alright. Oh, you've got like an actual... Your stomp is apparently diminished with time. Diminished in your old age, King Man. Oh, yeah, are those like cards? So does he now just have Joustus cards as part of his thing? I guess. I mean, that's what it appears to be. Yes, also you do raise a good point that it's like as you would expect, King Knight was given bottomless pits to to increase his power. It's like that. I can't believe how much weaker the Knight of... I'm just shrugging here. All right, bye. At least I didn't get like Kaizo trapped, I suppose. I mean, I suppose. Also, I'm noticing, yeah, you can see the castle and the clock tower and the Lich Yard in the background now. That's a good touch. Whatever. Anyway, what does this do? Cast a reflection and attack from a distance. Okay, you're gonna have to explain what that even means. I've been very dutiful in my skull collection. No. Oh, okay. Interesting. I mean, is he like particularly good? I don't know, but what do I do? Just kind of like, there you go. Yeah, this like little challenge room is sort of neat, but also weird. And you can see that some of them are just like, hey, we put them across a certain distance. Well, there's no, forest of phasing or forest of fishing or whatever at this point in time. But at the same time, it does feel like the sort of thing that you would want to use mostly for that. Or something. Now let's go just like try and upgrade one of the things instead. Which one? I don't know. Which one? Fine. Why did I even recruit you? Okay, you know what? At least it goes along with it. Healing one? I mean, I do use the healing one, but is it worth it? I mean, yeah, I can. All these are the same price each. Extends farther. Yeah, it's like the healing one. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. Healing one already heals enough, right? Like, how much healing do I really need? However, picks up items. Yeah. I don't know. Also, since this is a mirror, does it have any sort of interaction with this? Just spin faster. Hi. Oh. Oh, okay. It feels like a lot more. All right, then. Well, there's how that works, then. All right, what do we got? Polar Knight. And the rest of these jabronis. All right. Let's see how this one works, I suppose. Oh, no, it's Rise. Hey, everybody, we're done for the night. I don't want to fight Rise. Great. Okay. Hey, Enchantress, can you just, like, toss him off the side of the tower? He's probably got a lot more, Kickstarter games to be in anyway. Wait a second. You came in here and you didn't even know that. All right. Oh no. Oh no, he became even more of an original character. Do not steal. Oh my god! This is actually kind of perfect. Okay, sure. Oh. Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm Alright, well this was something. Oh my god. Okay, I'm having trouble even like fighting this guy because Jesus. I'm still getting over the fact that he's now Dark Eyes. Okay. Anyway, healing yet again. If I can find it on my bar. All right. Well, this is gonna be annoying, especially because I never actually fought Rise before, so I don't even know what his basic moveset is. But I guess we're gonna figure it out now. Much less his edgy super moveset. Oh my god. He's finally transformed from Naruto into Sasuke. I should have expected this as a result. The only way it could have gone. Alright, well, it seems like I can't just... Oh, it also goes up the wall. You know, for good measure. Right? Anyway, just keep eating skulls. I see. Okay. Come on now. Also, it seems like it's just very difficult to hit him most of the time. Which makes sense. I mean, he should be a fast character like Shadow. What an amazing DLC this has been thus far. Anyway. Come on. There. I didn't miss this. This was dumb. I thought Rise appeared somewhere in this DLC. I didn't know that, again, he was gonna... Yeah. Sure. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wow. 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 Okay then, let's do one more. Sure. No, we're actually using the grind mechanics, which I guess just makes sense, given that it did just fight, you know, Shadow the Hedgehog. I thought I was playing as Shadow the Hedgehog. Little did I know. Actually, he's not even Shadow. He's more like, I don't know, Infinite or something. You know, one of the characters that it's like... Or, Mephistopheles, or whatever the guy from Sonic 06 was. Can I destroy him? Can I destroy him? So, it's very apropos for the certain character. Wow. Anyway, and once again, it is shocking just the amount of, how do I want to do? Right. It is shocking the amount of value you get out of paying for a character to appear in one of these games, it seems. Take that, Tiso! Once again, you should have paid enough to be a fightable battle. Just like, it's funny to think, like, yeah, think about like how Yacht Club did the cameo characters versus how Team Cherry did. It's still a good gag though. I really like that gag. Hollow Knight. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it was a battle. It was a fake-out battle in Godmaster, where Tiso appeared. Anyway, F for Tiso. Maybe he'll get another chance to shine in Silksong. I'm kidding. Silksong doesn't exist. God, I got your hopes up there for a second, right? But you're like, oh, Silksong? Silksong? Is some news about... Nope. Of course not. Jeez. Alright then. Well, I mean, hey. What is this now? Given that I kind of attacked it before it even got on screen. This was dumb. Okay. Ghost Warriors at least got something. I mean, yeah, that was the thing that you actually paid for to get the... that was the actual, like, fight, not just like a cameo character, an NPC character. Isn't that right, Markoth? I hope it was worth it, Markoth. Anyway, why are we sitting here insulting Hollow Knight so much? Because he made me play it like 12 times or whatever. Right. How could I forget? It's like, wait, why did I hate Hollow Knight again? Oh, right. Bro. Anyway. You just had to bro once there for a moment. Now I can... Yeah, there you go. Surprisingly enough, I did it. Once again, you just need to bro for one moment there. This is a very different type of area. What even is Silksong? Oh, it's a dream people had a long time ago. Back when they thought that they were optimistic and the cruel, harsh realities of the world hadn't quite ingrained themselves into their skulls. Honestly, these days, I think it's funny. I mean, for those that remember, I suppose it's could be considered a tragedy. Mass hallucination. Yeah, you know. Look, Silksong, it's been 10 years. You gotta let it go. Silksong isn't real and never has been real. But I swear, there was a trailer. No, there was never a trailer. No, but I saw it. I can pull it up on YouTube right now. Wait, why isn't it here? What happened to it? But everybody was so excited. Sorry, there never was a Silksong. You have to come back to reality. You have to wake up. It's been 10 years since the boat accident. There we go. I finally get the dumb. Yeah. Finally get the dumb the skating mechanic in here. Although I suppose once again I could just have, you know, ended up trying to use that one. Yeah, whatever. Trying to use that one mail instead too. But at the same time, once again, Silksong is not a game that I am going to be playing. Yep. So it doesn't matter to me when it comes out, right? Okay, well, I thought I could maybe hit it there, but Look, if you want me to play Silksong, you gotta pay. That's the only way that I'll even consider it. Well. Now then. I demand at least one new computer given to me by somebody that won't give me rat skulls. It's the only price. Ah, okay. I mean, well... I mean, I can just get it, right? But, you know, there we go. Well, is that a there we go moment? Yeah, no, there you go. All right, I did it. Once again, everybody, let me just activate those neurons one more time. This time I didn't even have to use ASMR for that. I mean, although I could have. Should this turn into an ASMR stream? I think I can do it. I think I can make that happen. This is interesting. Right, that actually does hurt you, I forgot. Which, I mean, you know, why not? They're kind of an obvious sort of projectile like that, but still. Okay, anyway. What do we got? Only takes 2 hits, right? Yeah. Bro, come on! At least it's gonna... Oh, I was gonna say it's gonna put me right over... Do you mind? Apparently the skull can actually just get knocked out of your hands. Somehow I have been so good at using that up to this point that I didn't even know that was a thing. This is dumb. Well, whatever. What? Okay, they do in fact hurt you. Alright, 14. I mean, I feel like I'm doing a pretty good job in terms of actually getting all the stuff here, but I'm also, against all odds, actually getting close to dying now. Sort of. Like, only a little bit, to be honest, but still. You seem so mean, I gotta say. Also very reminiscent of a Donkey Kong, you know... Okay, that is in fact how you were intended to do it. So, there's that. Well, then can't I just, you know, walk backwards? Yes. Alright then. You might even get the ability to fly. Probably not. Because they seem to be very against letting me do that. Hello, it's me. Just join the team already. Alright, well. Why is the arena so large? Also, yeah, the entire... Perfect. So happy. Anyway. When is a double slash shadow ability going to come in handy? I mean, it could come in handy right now. Huh? I was thinking it's just like, you know, to collect items, but, you know, I also forgot about its existence. Come on. Alright, here, give me one moment. Oh. Apparently in his old age, he lost the ability to dash. I still don't know how long exactly it's supposed to have been since, Alright, come on. Whatever. How long it's supposed to have been since the thing, but it's like, to be honest, the Polar Knight didn't really change up too much, it seems. Like, really, it's just, you know, not a particularly difficult sort of boss. Not that it really was even in the first place. And so, as a reward, I get the Aurora Borealis. This time of day, in this part of the country. Localized entirely in front of the Tower of Fate. Yes. May I see it? Yes, it's right outside. At least it's got a big frosty mug. This is just the same sprite as when he started out with the thing. The boss refights. Also, you get various characters from each one of the stages, seemingly at the bar here. Alright then. Okay, what's the next dumb thing that I'm about to go get? Even though I have no idea why exactly the guy would... Oh, I can get both of these, actually. Eh? Might even get the ability to fly, but probably not. Alright. So how does it work? Okay. And into a cross pattern. Okay, and he throws it behind him, apparently. Alright then. Oh, you can also explode it early. Cool. I mean, not that cool, but you know what I'm saying. That's sure. I feel like I skipped some of the level design there, but at the same time, it's fine. Now then, if you do not mind, I'll also take Spider Scythe. Okay, so just Scythe, but it also does Spider. Got it. Cursed. Cursed with forcing you to use this thing. I guess this is almost sort of a thing that he used in the, almost sort of a thing that he used in his boss fight. Kind of comparatively a little bit similar, not dissimilar, and it's really not. Yeah, you know, I gotta say that the Scythe Knight, Death Knight, this guy is not nearly as close to his boss fight as old Plago was. What am I doing now? Yeah, what do I mean, I could also just go get like a cool armor. It's not like this armor is actually doing all that much for me right now, I gotta say. What was that rare pink skeleton? Oh yeah, no place in the little thing. I'm still very good at exploring, as evidenced here. Superior swing scythe. I mean, Raymond of Risk is kind of interesting. To boost your max will and everything. Yeah, but at the same time, it's like, And if, you know, let's see. Besides, I can also look super dumb. Okay. I mean, that was pretty easy to do. Apparently just do it by pressing down. Like, you can press down at any point in time to make this work. Alright. By the way, how did I do? 9, 8... Yeah, it's like a Toonami score. It's getting an 8 out of 10 for most of the things thus far. Alright, let's see how this goes. Why not? Oh, okay. Alright, I see. You want to make it nice and difficult to just... It doesn't just continue. You have to... whatever. The speedrunner weapon, it seems. Which is interesting. Okay. Well, this is sort of interesting. I mean, it's... They just kind of like using the spikes to do the thing. Ah, this is where the wacky pink skeleton come from. I see. Whatever. Oh. Good, good. Well, why are they pink, though? Is the question. Mm-hmm. Alright, well, I don't know. Like, it does say that you can go across spikes by doing this. So, I do think that that probably alone is worth the price of admission, potentially. They turned pink and died. Ah, I see. That makes sense. Didn't really even consider that. Also, since when did the Exploratorium turn into sewers? Just, you know, questions. Well, or more specifically, when did the Exploratorium turn back from being Mario bright green style sewers? Yeah. Okay, you can't actually climb on the side of those. Got it. I know how to play video games. Anyway. Oh. I see, I see. It looks like they automated, and I guess they lost the automated process instead. Whatever. You know what? I was just going to say whatever, but also... Ah. So they also lost the automated process of throwing beakers and instead switched it over to birds for some reason. Was there another trinket that I was supposed to get? Probably. I've forgotten. Whatever. You'll be getting plenty more soon enough, after all, right? Okay. And there we go. Recognize this basic setup, though. Alright. Can't just dust force my way to fall down the wall as much as I'd like to. Man, I've really been enjoying Dust Force. It's too bad to me that it's like other people. It's been a pretty unpopular series, unfortunately, so far. It's also very hard. So you know how that is. Whew. Doc, you look different now. Do you have different abilities? Yeah, I can do this. That's pretty much it. Wait, was there also... Was there a thing there? I wasn't even looking. Yeah, at any point in time I press down on the ground, I can do that. Okay, those actually take more than one hit to kill. Okay, then. You purchased all of them so far? I thought I missed one. I don't know, it was the spinny Scythe. The wacky Scythe. Poggers. Okay, then. Well, at least it's just right here. Which means that I can immediately go in and do very risky maneuvers and actually learn that it's just very well lined up to let you go through on your first go. Alright, never mind then. Speedrunner style. Good, good. I mean, whatever, that just makes it... Oh no, okay, I guess it didn't completely automate it. But the birds actually got a downgrade in the future. Maybe deemed too dangerous, as they probably should be. Ah. That's interesting. I mean, it's a little interesting. Okay. No, I need another bird, please. Stop that. Stop doing that. Okay, do that. Now I'm gonna go get another bird so I can go and get this thing. Or is it like... Ah, yeah, okay. There you go. Activate those neurons, boys! We're having skulls tonight! Okay, or is this place just flooded at this point in time? Because you still got this guy here, to be honest. Who's, to be honest, not the most impressive of mini-bosses, especially with this character. You want to just, say... So, how much health do you have? There we go. Far too much, as it turns out. Anyway. I mean, really, the thing is I'm just looking for, like, any place with a bunch of spikes on it to kind of, like, do the silly Scythe maneuver over, but thus far... Yeah! I'm too good at video games to actually need it. Oh, here, how about like this? Eee. Pink skeletons. They're delightfully pink. They decided to take on the sort of armor that I was wearing last time, but clearly didn't realize that I had already changed my clothes. It's a mockery of me. There you go. Wait, let's go back there. There. Now then, still haven't found the magic thing, so that should probably be coming up soon enough, I would like to say. It's kind of impossible to say, though, because, I don't know. Come on now. That actually worked, as it turns out. Okay, then. I didn't expect that. No, you don't. I already know what I'm doing here to get out of this predicament, this sticky situation. Get it because the Scythe Knight sticks to walls. I still don't remember the name of this very character that I'm playing as. He's Ghost Knight. The knight who's a ghost. Yeah. I didn't even really see exactly what that was, but I did notice that the chest was clearly different. Specter Knight. Yeah, okay. Phil Specter Knight. Who even is Phil Specter? Wait, why did I make that reference? Poggers. Anyway. I like a guy that runs like Microsoft or the guy that does the Xbox. You know what? I'm just gonna call that one a lost reference and leave it at that. Really? Yeah, exactly. There we go. No, we're out of here. Now let's go beat up this jabroni. As all jabronis have been beaten up prior to this point. Whee. I have to play all of these DLCs. And of course, in Scythe Knight's campaign, or no, I mean Plague Knight's campaign, he beat Scythe Knight, so you know. Also, is he taller than normal? Or maybe I'm just thinking about that because, you know, Scythe Knight is usually larger. Hey, thank you, KVJR, by the way, for the sub. I love you. I mean, it's like you're not really gonna like. He's bigger than his campaign spread. How about that? Yeah. By the way, 39 months. Jesus Christ. Ugh. I hope you're enjoying the terrible Shovel Knight series that I've been doing, where I mostly talk about jury duty and I don't know, whatever else I do. I also do other things. 39 months, man. It's so much. No, I don't wanna. No, so I don't like these guys. I want to do the cutscenes. Oh no, I fell off it again. Anyway. Ah, fine. If I must. Where am I going? I mean, here's one of the aliens from Flashback. I actually have names. I've entirely forgotten what they are. Well, I mean, now they're just subservient to Scythe Knight, so whatever. The knight who uses sides. Well, one side. Liquid Samurai. Is that what it's called? I thought it was like, yeah, it was like Liquid something. I don't know. The elite enemies, they really only appear in the tower. The super tower. Yep. There we go. The Tower of Fate. That's what it's called. Alright. Yeah, let me just go get this first. Okay, let's... Yeah, I should probably get the save point given the previous attempts at doing the... given the previous attempts at doing the Enchantress fight is, because this is clearly where we are right now. Hi, it's me. Uh-huh. Shield Knight, but your ability is mostly, you know, to, shield. Right now, this is kind of interesting. Previously, you've only really seen her do, what, letting me bounce on top of her? For the most part? Oh yeah, also. She did give me this ability for good reason, right? Though I see even as the Enchantress, she did retain the ability to, you know, continuously mess around with the amount of blocks around here. Super hyped for the one-handed legendary Scythe claws. I've been messing around with the pistol. I mean, I've been thinking about doing a stream of that recently, but like, man, the Scythe claws are super ridiculous. Man, you guys are all dumb. Anyway, I expect that, though. Hey, what do we got this time? Damn, I didn't know something bad would happen. Who could have seen that coming? Surely this is, which reflects off of surfaces. Okay. Okay, so just a, you know, hey, it bounces around. I don't know, this one doesn't really seem to be particularly interesting comparatively. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get a whole lot of use out of it. Because, I mean, I've gotten a whole lot of use out of all the curios thus far. Anyway. Gun as well, for sure. When you say gun like that, it just makes me think of Sonic. As everything does. Okay, there you go. No, good enough. Yeah, there we go. Oh, I gotta do the rebound stone. I mean, I still have like the cross run. I got like the fight against Dracul with the cross run, and then the vampire killer already done. I should really just go, you know, do that already. And of course the giant comb. Oh wait, you actually got one here. I apparently missed it. But yeah, sure, whatever. You know what? I'm not going to go back and get it from the level. You should just admit to your addiction to eating green skulls. I love green skulls. I would... Like, there's nothing to admit there. Oh, my God. He's just doing that so he can make his dumb potion and not actually use it. Ugh. Alright, what do I got this time? Yeah. Oh, we got more of the bouncy green slime things. I guess. Oh, they actually get destroyed this time. Okay, so this is not even underground, it seems. Well, hey, at least we got the Plague Knight on the team. Which, once again, it's like, Of course, once again, in Plague Knight's story, he definitely beat Scythe Knight and did not lose to him. What are you talking about? And then, like, stole his balls later on or something like that. Are you gonna ever say anything about, like, the canonicity of that campaign? Because it just seems silly to me, the idea that you would... Oh. Good enough. You would just be like, no, Shovel Knight was definitely a jerk the entire time. What are you talking about? Right. You know what? Whatever. Just go. Oh, they also bounce you off when you destroy them. How about that? That's somewhat interesting. Oh, and now this is the actual beginning of the thing. No, okay. Whatever. Not really going to worry about it too much then. We'll take that though. Ah! Oh, only spikes can't surf around on the other thing though. Well, you know, at the same time, it does still give me more of an opportunity to go do this. No, it's just another mimic. There you go. Now, what is this actually supposed to be? A cat? I'm not quite sure. Anyway. Oh. Although at this point in time, it is actually starting to get late. I think I am gonna stop for right now. I meant to actually do that, you know, a little bit earlier, but still. Oh, all right. Well, that is first half of that. Don't think I'm gonna be able to do it in quite the 2 hours that I did the previous one, but I did pretty well, I think.